Hello and welcome to my channel. This is DIY with Jeannie, and I am Jeannie, and I just want to welcome you. We do crafting here, pretty much all kinds. We did make this cover for a journal not long ago, and then we made one of the inserts, which I'll show you. We made this one, of which right now I am doing monthly challenges. That one's ugly. I used to draw a lot when I was a kid, and then I got out of the habit of drawing, and so I wanted to get back into drawing. It's something I used to enjoy, and so I started with February, and today is the 20th, and I'm supposed to draw Best Friend. That one's gonna be tough. But then I already have our March list, and I have friends that we're going to be doing it together, and I'll be using these pages to do some drawings. I might add some color to some of them. But the problem is, because it's soft back, because I have these other journals in here that aren't the same size, it becomes kind of difficult to draw in it. So I have made this, and I know they have a name, but it's basically a board you can use to put behind your page. So if you're journaling, you can still write on it. It's a hard surface so that you can write on it and then take it out of your book. And what I will do is put it back here on the inside cover. It won't fit in my pocket, it's a little big, and keep it in my journal like so. So we are going to be making these tabletops. I don't really know what else to call it. Out of chipboard, which is just a thicker cardboard, and the one I have happened to be an insert in mail I got. So you see it's pretty thin cardboard, but it's firmer than like cereal box. You could use a couple of layers of cereal box if you wanted. And then I'm using scrapbook paper. Now I'm considering laminating it when I'm done. And I probably will, so that the paper doesn't get all wonky. But I'll show you that at the end. But I've taken my paper and I've cut it down to 9 by 12. And then this one is 8.5. So I cut 1/4 of an inch off here, but I left it here so it goes all the way around our board. I really need to figure out what the name of it is. Now, what I did here is, rather than put all tape on one side and all tape on the other, I kind of wrapped it around. That's what I did. So I am going to take and burnish this down real good so that the sticky stays on my board. And then I'm going to start peeling it off, and we're going to put it in the middle of this page. We want the edges wrapped around on the inside, so that once we flip it over, they're all encased in this other paper, and you can't see where I have the edges. I mean, you can, but it takes a bit. So let's pull the backer away. The dog's outside because it's the time of the day when, you know, people are walking and things, and heaven forbid anyone be on their planet, because, you know, this is their world. But it's okay. They saved me from a great deal of flying leaves. The postman, who obviously to them is a serial killer, doesn't stand a chance at our house. I know some of you are left unprotected. Postman can just come right up to the house and kill you in your sleep, I guess. I don't know. That will not happen in mine. My dogs will assure me of that. So, let me get this off so I can see what I'm doing up here. So we're going to take it, and I'm going to lean over it. Hopefully I won't be leaning in your way. But I want to make sure I can get it up against this edge. Top and bottom. And Well, it's just going to have to live there. It's a little further down than I wanted it, but it's fine. So now we've got that. Let's pull this one off because we're going to want to pull this tab up. But before we do, we want to miter the corner. And we're mitering the corner so that we don't get a big bunch of paper there. So I want it to fully cover, but the corners and the edges, but I don't want a big chunky piece of paper there. Back, and let's pull that up. I like to turn it like so it just pushes that paper on around. We'll take our spatula and get that down, and that won't matter because it's going to be covered with the other paper. So I'm going to pull this down just a bit so I can pull the top down, and then I'll do the same thing to the bottom. So we want to put that in that little piece of paper over. Stick it to that tape we have down. And if you were aware, the Dollar Tree, which is no longer $1, it's $1.25, and I'm okay with that. I mean, I think a little more strategically before I buy things, but they have these little spatulas, these stylus, which is not a stylus, it's to help crease the paper so that you can use it, and then the little spear to help you, it's called a craft picker, to help you get weed your stuff if you have a Cricut, which I don't, but I mean I do, but I've never used it. I have the old one that uses the cartridges, and I have never used it. I have cartridges and everything. Okay, let's do the bottom. See how I got this one? Just got a little bit off center. I mean, and that's fine because it still wraps over. I still have a finished edge, which really was my goal. Now, what we want to do, because we don't have tape here any longer, we want tape there so that everything sticks. I'm going to put a piece right on top here. There's that. And let me peel it, burnish it down. And you burnish it down so that it really stays well stuck. That's really what you want. You want it to be stuck to the cardboard. That little piece off to the side. Take that off. Burnish that piece down. And then I'm going to do one across the top and bottom, so make sure to seal that little piece in. I do have flapped over. So we want to make sure that the paper stays stuck in there. No excess. No way for it to come unstuck. So while I'm doing this, I went to Five Below today. And I've been before. It's not the first time. And I'm not cheating on Dollar Tree, but I like Five Below. And as a child, I used to go to the Five and Dime, and they had the penny candy. And oh, nothing makes a child happier than a handful of coins, even a dime, quarter. You go to that penny candy. And so Five Below has, it's not penny, but it's a dime a piece, and you're able to get those little pieces of candy. And I guess with inflation, that's really not that bad. Dime a piece. Well, let's see what I can do here. Can't unstick it. This one's just going to have a little crease in the back. I'm just going to have to be okay with that. Now what I can do on this one, since I just did that, after I laminate it, I can go back and place a clear pocket on there. And I'll show you how I do that. There we go. Got that little trimmed off. But there is our board. So now it is all prepared. We're able to put it in our little book. We're able to journal on top. And let me get it laminated. But what I was talking about, the penny candy, the dime candy, is really cool because I grew up with it. And so they had banana Laffy Taffy. And I love banana Laffy Taffy. And I don't want to buy a big bag of Laffy Taffy just to find the banana ones. So I am able to go in and I got $1 worth of banana Laffy Taffy. That makes, nothing makes a fat girl happier. And I say I'm a fat girl and I see myself as heavy, but I've lost quite a bit of weight since being diagnosed diabetic. So let me get right back and we will finish up. Okay, we're back and here is our laminator. And these are just laminating pouches. They're stuck together at one end. I'm just going to open it up, put our board in, and we will trim it afterwards. Probably stick it through a couple of times because it's so thick that the edges won't really want to adhere because our board is so thick. Let's do both of them while we're here. And then I'll show you the pockets we can put on it. But what these are, it's foam pouches and labels. So it is to help, you know, you put your little phone in a pouch. So that you know it's yours. So here's our pouch with our labels. But they also have these, which are pockets that can go on that to label it. Show you that. Oh, that's good. So let's run him through one more time. And while that's running through, I'll show you how this becomes a little pocket. So we've got our little packet here, and this is the one that had the boo-boo on it. So let's wait for it. And I'll trim these down so the plastic is not so far out on them. I'm going to show you what the pouch looks like, the little pocket. Okay. See, it's got this pouch right here. So what you do is you pull the backing off. There we go. And now we just set it on here. And I can put little cards, memorabilia, whatever I need, right in this little pocket. And then it's stored for me in our little booklet. So this side is the side we would write with. The other side is where I can put my little memorabilia in that little pocket. Let's see, it's just right underneath. So that is ways that we can use these little pieces that we really need to help us write on the paper that we have, or the journals that we have, that are just a little soft. And it goes with any journal, even these journals that we made, the little ones. The paper gets a little wonky, and if you just make a board the right size, you set it behind that paper, and now you can write on that paper, and you've got a nice firm surface. So that is today's, and I hope you enjoyed it. And I will be back on Thursday. Have a good week.